alaikum. I hope you're doing okay. So today we'll continue from where we left in our previous class, that is under the 10 blessed companions or Ashara Mubashara, and we discussed about Sayyidina Abu Bakr, Sayyidina Umar and Sayyidina Uthman, and we also started with Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu. So we say that Sayyidina Ali was the paternal cousin of the Holy Prophet, and his father, that is Abu Talib bin Abdul Muttalib, was the one who took care of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, after the death of his grandfather, that is Abdul Muttalib. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, also took Ali in, and he also took care of him during his childhood. So he was his favorite cousin, and we also say that Abu Talib also loved the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, more than his own sons. So let's discuss what happened next, what happened, or what's the story, or what's the service of Sayyidina Ali bin Abi Talib in Islam. So Sayyidina Ali again is the fourth caliph, and among the four rightly guided caliph, Sayyidina Ali bin Abi Talib is the fourth rightly guided caliph, that is after Uthman radiallahu anhu. And we say that Uthman was also martyred. First of all, it's all because of the hypocrites led by Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul, and he was accused with a lot of accusation, that is, and one of them was nepotism, and at the end he was martyred. So, and Ali is saying that Ali radiallahu anhu developed a great love for the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, since his childhood. We say Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu used to stay with the Holy Prophet and Sayyidatina Khadija radiallahu anhu, or Khazrat Khadija. So Ali radiallahu anhu was brave, courageous and literate. So he knew how to write and also read, and was a very intelligent youth of Mecca. So he was among the lucky ones because he was a literate one. Most of the Arabs during that time were literate. They did not know how to read and write, but he was among the literate one, and he was also an intelligent youth. He also led a pious and noble life, that is closely observing the society around him and the Holy Prophet. So he used, because he was brought up by the Holy Prophet, so he used to follow the footsteps of the Holy Prophet. So he was a pious person, and he wasn't among the youth during that time. So he shunned idol worshipping or idol worship, drinking, gambling and bloodshed. So we say that during the barbaric period, most of the Arabs during that time, idol worshipping was common, and also drinking of khamr, gambling, and also killing for no reason was mostly practiced. But for him as a youth, he rejected the idol worshipping, and he did not drink alcohol nor gamble nor killed anybody for no reason. So we also say that he was polished in a dignified company. So he was like a bright or a gifted with the company of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and was the first among the children to embrace Islam. So we say the first among the women was his wife, Lady Khadija or Khazrat Khadija, and now because he took care of him, he was the first child to embrace Islam or to accept Islam. So Sayyidina Ali was the first child to embrace Islam. So he is started to have once noticed, that is before embracing Islam, the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and Khadija radiallahu anha praying without a statue before Islam. So normally the Arabs used, or the Quraysh used, to pray before an idol or a statue. But now he used to see the two, that is the Prophet peace be upon him and Hazrat Khadija radiallahu anha, without they were praying without a statue. So he used to wonder, and this inspired him, and he immediately decided to embrace Islam. After that, Ali radiallahu anhu started supporting the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, bravely, and the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, declared him as my brother and my lieutenant. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, declared Ali, because he was a great supporter of the Holy Prophet and Islam in general. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, declared him as his own brother and also his lieutenant, that is his deputy, that in command. Then the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, gave his youngest daughter, that is Hazrat Fatima radiallahu anha, in marriage to Ali radiallahu anhu. So we say the Prophet, peace be upon him, gave in marriage because of the characters of Sayyidina Ali. The Prophet gave him his own child, that is his own daughter, Hazrat Fatima radiallahu anha, and Ali married her. Then Hassan and Hussein, these are the sons of Ali, were born of this marriage, and we say that we saw the service of Hassan and Hussein in Islam. So they were born because of this marriage, that is marriage of Ali radiallahu anhu and Sayyidatina Fatima radiallahu anha. Then Ali radiallahu anhu demonstrated utmost courage and boldness by sleeping in the bed of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, on the night before the hijrah of the Holy Prophet. We talked about the hijrah, the migration of the Prophet from Mecca to Medina, and the conspiracy of the Quraysh to kill the Prophet, peace be upon him, God forbid. Then we say that the Prophet was instructed, was informed first on the Quraysh, about the Quraysh plan, and he was instructed now to migrate to Medina. So they also had to plan on how he can go or migrate to Medina, and he instructed Ali radiallahu anhu to stay behind because of two things: one, to sleep in his bed, and two, to return his amana. So Ali, without hesitation, agreed. So he showed courage, and he slept in the Prophet's, peace be upon him, bed. And when the Quraysh went inside, they found out that Ali was the one sleeping in the Prophet's bed instead of the Prophet himself. So he was so courageous by doing so. Then also saying that in this way, Ali radiallahu anhu had risked his own life, as the next morning the band of bloodthirsty pagans, that is, entered the Holy Prophet's house in order to kill him, that is, God forbid. So we say he risked his life, that is, in service of Islam. So he risked his life knowing that they are the pagans are outside ready to attack the Prophet, and he did not care about that. Instead, he agreed and he risked his life. Medina. So the Quraysh, who had planned to kill the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, was so furious and angry when they found out that Ali was the one sleeping in the Prophet's bed instead of the Prophet himself, and they detained him for some days, but they released him, and he also migrated to Medina. And we say that they met with Abu Bakr, because we know that the Prophet migrated with Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu to Medina, and they had stops there. So they stopped at Kuba first, and Ali radiallahu anhu went to Kuba, and later on they all went to Medina. So we're saying Ali radiallahu anhu worked very hard and with great devotion for the cause of Islam at Medina. So after reaching Medina, after migrating to Medina, he did not stop there. So he continued with his devotion and hard work in the cause of Islam. So we'll continue from here in our next part.